This episode of The General's Gentleman is sponsored by Galactic Civilizations 3. You are the leader of a spacefaring civilization, where humans and aliens compete for domination of our galaxy. Conquer through culture, diplomacy, technology, or military force. How will you rule your galaxy?
Welcome to The General's Gentleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Command and Conquer 0 Hour.
We hope you're well and doing alright. Today we have a game for you on TD. Hancock will be spawning in as our GLA vanilla.
And Mugwort is going to be the USA laser. One of these guys is Big Neck. I forget who it was. I think it's Mugwort is Big Neck, but whatever. And yeah, we're on TD, as you said. And I'm getting the vibe for some reason that Mugwort, it reminds me of Harry Potter, right? Do you get that?
Well, I mean, I can kind of see where you're coming from, but no, I mean, I can tell you it's not a character, like, for sure.
Muggle-wort.
Yeah,
you know.
I get where you're coming from. It does sound kind of wizardy, but no. As the going encyclopedia on the walking talking encyclopedia on Harry Potter, I can tell you for sure it's not actually a reference to it. So
yeah.
As much as it might sound like it.
You guys maybe not know this, but one of Blake's secret superpowers is that he's like a Harry Potter consultant.
Yeah.
If you ever have any questions about, is that a reference to Harry Potter? He'd be like, no.
I can tell you. I'll let you know. So, I mean, it's not a very well paid skill. Not many people are interested in people who can tell you whether things are Star Wars, things are Harry Potter references or things that aren't Harry Potter references. But you know, I'm hoping I'll get the dollar bills one day.
It's okay. I mean, I'm the king of not very highly paid skills, such as making YouTube videos about computer games. Pays well enough, at least for now, with the Stardock sponsorship. But yeah, anyway, gonna be tunnel deny here.
Nice.
We'll be crushing that one.
Ooh.
Oh, not crushing it metaphorically with his machine gun.
Yes.
We'll put it that way, at least.
His body, no doubt, being pummeled. If workers don't get shoes, I doubt they get body armor. So, nice deny there from Mugwort. Actually, really nice start to the game. Had the dozer on the left, early V on the right-hand side. So got the double tunnel die and the wall factory here, though.
I didn't get both, though. He could have actually force-fired or even just attacked it on a better angle, but I think he was worried about the Humvee denying him. And that was actually spotted as well by the spy drone earlier, so Mugwort should have seen that one coming. The Rock V will clean that one up.
And potentially out of position because that first V went for the tunnel deny as opposed to going for anything else, but I guess it was smart building placement by Mugwort because he knew it was going aggressive with one dozer. There's a chance you might lose it. So I guess walling off there kind of works, and it's smarter building placement the second time around. The wall factory is off to the side of the supply, so won't be able to get the double.
Well, 3 Humvees here. Is he actually loading up a Rock V inside of his Chinook?
It's possible. Certainly there's one way to circumvent tunnels in the combat drop.
Because he lost his war factory, so he had the free ranges.
Smart. Yeah, really good play. So he's going to get inside that garrison and should be able to gun down this worker as well to deny that tunnel. So smart. And an RPG at the same time. This is actually a pretty high tier game.
He actually doesn't go for the dozer. That was strange. Yeah. Chinook will barely survive this one, getting slowed down as well. And where's the other dozer? There it is. Pretty defensive.
Yeah. I guess you can go for it now. Actually, that was disappointing.
He's gonna actually keep this dozer alive as well. Nice play with the dozer there by Mugwort. Keeps that one alive and gets rid of the tech RPG, but the tech terror gets this war factory once again. You know what that means, Blake? More combat drops.
More combat drops, man.
I hate, man. I got 5 rangers. This is worth.
Your garrisons mean nothing to me now. So, yeah. Again, the war factory gets denied, but there are already a lot of Vs on the field, so it's not really that punishing. Because you have to remember, it's a pretty big investment for the GLA to go into the tech terror. You don't really come ahead in terms of cost efficiency, like terrorist to war factory. It is definitely... it definitely works out for you in terms of just the sheer cost, but only just. The main thing is you're denying V production. It's about denying the production for as long as possible. That's what the tech terror is really about.
It's 1,300 versus 2,000. Yeah. So yeah, it's mainly about either denying production or denying mining time if it's a supply, for example. Unless you're demo or toxin, then it's 1,100.
Yeah. Kind of does deny it does slow down your army build-up, which we can obviously see here. I'm not sure what... Should be some kind of quad RPG or something inside of these tunnels, but whether or not it gets contested is another thing. It doesn't look like it will here. Just too many Vs in the area. Tow missiles there as well, so this supply on the right-hand side will actually be denied. Oh, drops off a terrorist and takes out the dozer as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty scary army of Humvees. Actually, gonna Terra Tech the barracks.
Nice.
Okay, well, better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because he had only 4 terrorists, so that was the problem. Is in order to Tech Terra the dozer, he had to give up the ability to Tech Terra the factory or the supply. So at least he gets either the barracks or the power. Like that's the best thing you can do after you do that. Or if you just want to be sure, you'd bring an extra terrorist. Can be nice to do as well. But either way, only technicals against this army of Rockvies with the tow missiles. This won't be a good engagement here. If it's out in the open and if he kites as well, you really want to collapse upon them or flank them.
This isn't great. Yeah, these technicals are going to get absolutely shredded. Pathing intelligently, Hancock decides to back off there. You can't just chase down Rockvies with this horde of technicals.
Laser Crusader. Okay, all right.
Nice. Great against technicals. So
actually, it's called a laser tank. That's weird because the voice line is Laser Crusader, but it actually is called laser tank. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of technicals here. This Crusader can be very nice defensively. I don't know how many RPGs are actually mixed in. I have a feeling it's not too many.
It's the last dozer machine.
He's flanked around the side. The Humvee's out of position. And there's actually some RPGs. So the dozer does go down. And a lot of technicals here. This is a pretty scary army, but there's 2 Crusaders.
A lot of technicals going to fall here. It's time to back off. Remember, the dozer's been sniped down. So this is the buildings we're going to see up here. Mugwort's trying to snipe down the barracks as well. That could be huge if the barracks goes down.
Yeah, that's a nice play because that prevents any Rockvie production. Humvees on their own aren't too effective, and actually he disengages from here. I think that's smart. Technical damage isn't too impressive. He would have lost a lot of units if he actually went for that.
You're also going to be denying the oil cap. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense after sniping 2 of the dozers as well. It lends itself towards your opponent just goes aggressive because they feel that they're obligated to end the game quickly, especially against a GLA. I don't have any more. I'm not going to have any more production from this point onwards, so it's dangerous having Terra Techs and things like that. So I have to go for an all-out attack or at least try and close the game out. So I guess we'll see how it goes. It could be bad timing here for Hancock, but he's just gone to rebuild his supply, and he's gone for an oil cap. So I'm not sure what his unit count's going to be like, other than those technicals he pulled back.
Well, he got the rebate there from the oil, but certainly hasn't paid off the supply. Getting a lot of workers too. Become the technicals. Going to be engaging from the side. This is a lot of Rockvies though. Probably going to be a bad engagement for Hancock. But the Humvee stopped kiting. They're actually fighting this one out in the open. One Humvee goes down. How many more will he lose?
A few more, and the V goes down. Then 3 Vs. Technical's also going to fall here. Oh no, and Tech Terra comes through as well, but actually gets denied.
Oh no, no! Man, those rebels, the Rangers would have been close to getting that last terrorist. So that's the War Factory down. Done, or down. One of those words, not both. And we have actually only the barracks left. There's still a decent amount of Humvees though. There's still 4 more Vs in the base. And not sure how full they are, but pretty significant threat. This is a nice flank coming out of Hancock though. The Humvees can't disengage from this direction. The Vet 3 Humvee gets focused down to remain.
A really good play, and a couple more are going to be dropped down, I believe. Well, at least they were loaded into the Chinook, so we could see a few more of those actually turn up here. Supply, however, has been taken down. Mugwort has a decent amount of Vs still available. No War Factory. So this is going to be all she wrote in terms of V production. Here come the Chinooks.
I think Hancock actually wanted to find that engagement because it masked the Tech Terra.
Right, okay, yeah.
Because with the technicals, you wouldn't have to micro them in the same way you would micro Rockvies. You just kind of attack move them, right?
Yeah.
Or guard mode.
Yeah.
Whereas then you're free to then manage the Tech Terra. With the Humvees, you have to evac, you want to be kiting. It's a bit more involved for the USA player.
Yeah. Has been a lot of that actually. Kind of look here while I do something else here. Even if it's just like a tech RPG on one side to master Tech Terra or an empty technical. Nice to see that. When a V goes down, we really can't see Mugwort lose too many of these.
Every V matters.
Yeah. V lives matter machine.
Yeah, when you can't replace them, gotta be very conservative here. He has a lot of units defending this barracks. Crusaders, he can't repair his Crusader. He needs to get a sentry drone for that. And plenty missile defenders as well. Only 1 supply for Hancock, and he doesn't have his palace yet. So he's a little bit stuck right now on just RPGs and technicals.
V's kind of struggling, I guess, to break open the base here. There's no well, there is an ambo with them, but they don't have search and destroy, so it's harder for them to kind of outrange the tunnels. And don't walk into it.
Oh, okay, he turns around, but it means he has to engage the technicals.
Gonna try and kite to the side here. One of them tries to blow up, but the Humvees are actually going to avoid it, and they're going to snipe down the rest of these technicals as well. This is a really nice engagement for Mugwort.
Yeah, that's a nice booby trap there. If that was a bit better timed, he could have actually prevented the Humvees completely from kiting. If it was more central as well, then he would have had to engage the Technicals head up. But we're going to see a couple of RPGs on the ground. Shouldn't do too much here.
Yeah, kind of getting thrown away here.
But Hancock just needs to try and build up a big army. Maybe get some more quads mixed in as we can fight a bit better on. Obviously, a Jarman would do well if he can last that long, but the Palace has a long build time, so it'll take him quite a while. And actually, get mining from 2 supplies in the middle.
It's going to be nice, so... Plus, double arm sealer production as well, so it's easy for him to pump out units. Yeah, I don't know if staying on the Technicals is the right choice here. So there's that point invested in Technical Vet, it's good, but I feel like quads would be the better choice. The quad pops on the tunnels, especially given the Vs aren't really that full.
Well, Technicals are more about mobility and collapsing upon Humvees out in the open if you get a nice angle.
Right, yeah.
Whereas with quads are more defensive, you know, using tunnels and popping things down. But you look at the way the game is going, is what does Hancock want to do? Does he want to try and defend, hold out, camp, eventually get a palace out, and in which case, yeah, quads are the best choice. Or if he wants to actually counter-attack, deny this barracks, close the game out, and then, you know, as a result, fight the Humvees out in the open, then the Technicals is the way to go. So I think it does come down to his play style. I would love to see quads, though, because he will definitely be defending at some stage.
Demo traps are nice. Oh, and Pathfinder's down the field now as well, Machine. I got with enough points for those, so... Yeah,
that's pretty important, too, because the RPGs, without any anti-infantry, they will definitely delay the Humvees. And... these Humvees are beyond chock-a-block. There are not a very good ratio of missile defenders to Humvees, as you would expect without a war factory.
Are they actually? Yeah, no, they are. It just looks like a couple of them weren't chock-a-block.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
What?
What is going on?
Yeah,
there's like 3 of them that don't have enough missile defenders inside. I don't understand.
Maybe he just mismicroed it properly when he was trying to get the missile defenders in. Yeah.
Or maybe he just wanted to get back out on the field before Hancock pushed out and he didn't have time to load them all inside. But anyway, the middle gets sniped down, supply goes down. Humvees very actively forcing their way through the garrisons, and there aren't enough RPGs in there to really concern the Vs.
The missile defender with the Humvee shoots. The missile defender without the Humvee follows. When the missile defender without the Humvee is killed, you know what I mean.
I follow you.
You played COD 1 campaign, right?
Yeah.
Also in Stalingrad, the movie. But loses his barracks.
Yeah, for no reason as well, Machine. There are so many... When you have that much infantry on the ground, there's no excuse for losing one of your last buildings, especially your last production structure. He has 15,000 cash floated up. That should just be churning out rangers and missile defenders non-stop, which it hasn't been doing. And there were rangers in the area. There could have been missile defenders just laid out for laser logs everywhere, and just that's really poorly set up by Mugwort. Considering he only has 2 things to micro: a barrack. He has to macro up a barracks, and he has to micro this V army. That's all he has to do.
With the Pathfinders as well. The Pathfinders just insta-gib the terrorists, but that was out of position. I bet you Mugwort wishes he was playing Supreme Commander, where he can click the infinite build queue, and you just click missile defender, missile defender, missile defender, ranger. So you got a 3, oh well, rather Pathfinder. You got a 3-to-1 mix. Then you just leave it there like a macro for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna you know, suit up my Humvees and get them ready to go. But this is a bit of a micro battle here. Hancock a little bit cornered. Doesn't have his palace, doesn't have his middle supply. This is his entire base, but he has a very impressive army. He's got a lot of quads, a lot of technicals, and another barracks. So we've got 2 arms dealers, 2 a barracks. There's a bunch of booby traps here, the demo traps.
Certainly a chance for the Technicals to go in all in and catch up one of these Vs. That V's really low.
Oh, he survived? What? For how long?
Okay.
Okay, there he goes. Loses that Humvee. The pilot's there as well. It gets focused down. So nice pickup thus far from Hancock.
V's going to keep kiting, but I think another V's going to go down here. The kiting isn't good enough. There's no search and destroy machine. The quads can take this engagement head up. This might be all over.
Okay, 2 Humvees down. This is definitely worth it, because those Humvees cannot be rebuilt.
Oh, lost the super technical though. That one goes down, but it's a little bit disappointing.
A lot of cash here for Hancock. Should maybe throw down just a bunch of tunnels or a palace.
I want to see a palace. A palace, I think that would work. I mean, there's only 2 Vs left. 2 Vs, is that 2 Vs? 2 Vs and a... Yeah, wow.
And an ambo.
And an ambo. That's literally everything. 2 Vs and an ambo are all that are left here.
The thing is with the palace though, it's going to be really hard to build. I don't know if he can build it here. If he can, that'd be amazing, but it might not actually fit. And then if he has to build it like here, that's going to be too easy to snipe, and then likewise anywhere else. And the thing is as well to bear in mind, the supplies are running out.
Yeah.
So the idea of just keep spamming quads and technicals, you know, for as long as you can, is maybe a little short-term, a little short-sighted. But there is only, again, 2 Humvees and an Ambo, so he doesn't need that much.
He's actually selling the barracks here. I don't know if that's the right choice. I feel like Palace and then just a Jarman would close this game out here.
Okay, there's no spy drones on these Crusaders. Yeah, I gotta agree with you here. The Jarman's what you want in the low economy situation.
No!
Oh, man.
No!
There goes both of the actually one of the Crusaders. The other one's still alive. Yeah, that's really important too, because the Crusaders allow him to trade head up without having to kite away, and that Crusader getting picked off by the quads, and loses more of the infantry. The infantry's fine, they can die, but it's all about the Humvees.
It's important that the Bees survive. Really doesn't matter for these missile defenders, and the laser locks are pretty on point as well. It was, yeah, that was not expected. Good play there by Mugwort. It's well covered because when the Chinook drops off the missile defenders, they're all grouped up, which is terrible for crushers, but it's great for laser locks because it hides the quantity of missile defenders, so you don't know whether you can take the engagement or not. As we saw there, all of a sudden quads are just getting demolished, and Hancock wasn't expecting that. He lost a lot of his army because there were just so many missile defenders on the ground. Okay,
Hancock has actually rebuilt the supply. He's running out of supplies, so he realizes he's a little bit desperate here, but once again, Mugwort ready to deny this one. Pathfinder's cleaning up.
Still a Pathfinder, that's really crucial. That a Pathfinder still lives, given the barracks is already down now.
Yeah, so. I believe that was 2 Pathfinders, one in each. And supply is going down, the technicals won't do too much on their own here, only a handful of them. And the fact that this actually really matters now, because there's no more income. Losing the supply didn't pay off, losing the technicals didn't pay off. I don't think there was a command center, so there's no cash bounty. Not that there's going to be much cash bounty to earn anyway.
Yeah.
It's also important that the Humvees are Vet 2s. They're going to be self-repairing.
Yeah. Important to solve those spy drones, especially with the demo trap still on the field as well. It's going to be important. But this barracks is going to go now. It's got sold and rebuilt, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so barracks goes down here as well. Hancock really doesn't have any cash, so there's no real reason to have these arms dealers anymore. What do we have here in the base for Mugwort? So he's still got the supply and the power. No, 2 supplies and the power. So that's quite difficult for Hancock to actually take out. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think Mugwort has this game.
Unit lost.
Yeah.
I don't know, if he can try and get in here and destroy the buildings, I'm like, oh
geez.
no.
He's so close to that. And he loses the Humvee. Whoa, Blake, you jinxed him.
I jinxed him.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
Mugwort. I'm sorry.
So now it's 1 Humvee and 1 Ambo versus the world. And that pilot getting sniped down. Nope. Actually, the pilot is kind of getting sniped down. He's having his feelings hurt.
Evac.
Yeah, he should put that in the Ambo, because it'll self-repair the Ambo, which you can't do without a drone.
It's actually quite important.
Should you even need, like, is there a requirement to build drones? As in, like, do you need a war factory to build drones?
Maybe for Hellfire drone you do?
Yeah, because he doesn't have any drones, and...
Given he's got that much cash, it would make sense. Maybe he can't.
He can afford 100 drones.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an issue.
Should be the play. You just keep building Hellfire drones and just try and.
Oh no, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
But you'd be probably right though about the Hellfire. I think the Hellfire does require something. But yeah, the spy drone and maybe the sentry drone. And he can spam Chinooks, because if nothing else, they can crash down and blow up buildings, or they can just draw fire in the same way that spy drones draw fire. But out in the open, he shouldn't be fighting this. He needs to try and wait for the Humvees to attack him, and then just collapse upon them, or maybe try and flank them. If he sends the technicals around the side and try and collapse upon them in between, the quads and the technicals have a bit of a GLA sandwich. But if he just goes on from the front, so long as Mugwort doesn't just miss micro, then this game won't go too well. Actually, there's a tunnel here.
There is, yeah. It's actually a really crucial machine. Does open up a counterattack possibility for Hancock if he wants to go for it. Remember, there are only 3 buildings left for Mugwort. However, they will take a while to be destroyed just by quads themselves, and it will leave the base of Hancock vulnerable. So I'm not sure if he can push out here.
Yeah, he has the option to destroy his buildings, 2 of them, for more infantry, but it's a bit risky in terms of then he loses out on the buildings that he has left to survive, and a counter-attack of a tech terror could kill him. But Hancock can't afford a tech terror. He doesn't know that though. Big quad pop. And it's just the spy drone being focused yet. He has to be careful of the ambo blocking the Humvee. Because that's a good way to miss micro it and lose your Humvee. And this is this square of infantry on the minimap.
If Mugwort micros this properly, I don't see how he loses the V. I mean, he lost that second one that was really crucial to the demo trap, even though he had spy drones and could see the demo trap.
I've been there. I've been there.
It happens.
When I'm streaming, and so I have like a second plus delay, and so I see the demo trap, but by the time I click, it's pretty much too late. It's frustrating.
Hancock's kind of overextending here. Oh no, the Humvee's taking damage.
It's fine. It's okay.
Right. I just get scared every time I see the quads actually start focusing the last V, the last hope for.
It's a bit misleading because you see 10 quads firing, you're like, oh my god, it's just firing the spy drone. You're like, oh okay, it's fine. And I think we've seen a couple of quads be picked off. A lot of infantry here remain as well. So maybe he should put the ball in a big blob and just attack the arms dealer. He's actually pushing out with his quad. Laser locks come through as well. The Rangers in the front. Technical's going in for the Crushers, but they're getting cleaned up. Quads as well, they're getting zoned away by the infantry. Laser locks come through. 1 Humvee versus 3 quads. Yeah, that wasn't too smart, I don't think.
No, I mean, sure, Mugwort, sure Hancock cleared up all the infantry, but he threw away his entire quad. I mean, was he got left like 4 quads? And he can't produce any more because he's not mining from these suppliers. Sells off the little weak arms dealer. That's a good choice. It was pretty much useless. So what? He sells that off. He can maybe afford a couple more quads. But the main thing is the V's still alive, and the ambo's still here. You got to give this to Mugwort. Surely he wins this.
Okay, it's 4 quads
against a V and an ambo. If he couldn't do it with 10 quads, how's he gonna do it with 3? So.
Yeah, with 4, maybe 5. He built a new one. Is that 5? Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, I like perhaps his reasoning here is that he's hidden a quad. Look, I only have 4 quads. Okay, he's actually going for the Humvee. Oh, he's getting low. He's getting caught. Oh, he's playing with fire here.
That was so close to the damage threshold machine.
Yeah, the damage engine, to use the KOTU terminology. Because then it would lose the movement speed, and then he wouldn't be able to kite properly. But he survives. There's 4 quads, and then there's 1 more hidden. Okay, he's reeled it now. Yeah, I think that's the only way he could have won this, is to hide 2 or 3 quads and then try and bait him in. Because otherwise it's just the, please miss micro.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't miss micro. Oh.
And see, the problem is, like, if say for example, we see one of the quads get pulled off and go for a counterattack, maybe to start attacking one of the buildings of Mugwort. The V is just so mobile, it'll just hunt the quad down before he can get back to a tunnel network. So it's not really worth it for Hancock to attack. I don't see how he actually breaks this camp.
Yeah, and he has good vision as well. He has both the bunkers, which is very important, because then there's no way the quads can sneak through without any chance to respond. I mean, maybe he'll eventually deprive him of all his drones. I mean, he has to kill. It's about 130 drones now. Once again, he's getting pretty close, but just getting cleaned up are the quads. The tunnel went down as well.
Last 2 quads on the field now. Oh, last 3 quads. Sorry. Yeah, now the hidden quad is the dead list. Now even the suppliers getting sold off. Though the arms dealer is going to be the only one left. One of the last tunnel networks gets sniped down as well.
Yeah, if only Hancock had the crusher crane that you get in Red Alert 3's the Soviets, where you can essentially just salvage your units. You drive them into the crusher crane and you get a refund. Like, not a full refund, but a decent refund, and then you can just rebuild something else. Yeah. If he had that, he could salvage his radar van, maybe get another quad out or something.
Yeah.
650. That's probably a bike. You can get a bike.
There we go. Rebel bike OP.
Oh, does he have capture upgrade? If he has the capture upgrade, it's too late now, but he could have gone Rebel bike
and then cap the
Holy
other.
Shit, that's the play.
That's the play. That's how he does it. But he can't do it now. He's gone for a technical, which can't cap.
And he has no health left.
That would have been the best.
The tunnel won't count as a structure as well. I didn't do that. What a noob. Doesn't even know that Rebel Bike's the best unit in the game.
He was vanilla too. Damn, that was the play. Ah, he could have gone for the rebel bike capture. How swaggy would that have been?
Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
I think the V's would have responded in time before.
Would they have though? The rebel bike is pretty damn fast.
No, but I mean, not before the first cap went down, but maybe before the other 2 caps went down. I don't know. Unless we went 3 rebel bikes, I guess. But
yeah.
Oh well.
But then he could maybe counterattack with the quads and have the bike bait out the Humvees.
Yeah.
It's clever.
That was good.
Yeah, nice game.
It almost stalled out. Hancock tried to get that defense, but it's hard to lose Vs. Even without Search and Destroy there, Mugwort still...
You just needed a Palace. You needed Jarman or Buggy is one of those. But yeah, interesting game. A bit of a stalemate situation. Doesn't happen that often, but occasionally. Just the way that your dozers, when your dozers go down. I mean, for GLA, they don't have that problem, but he was contained in his base. But probably the closest thing is like a USA versus China, where you both lose your dozers, or in a mirror of those two factions. But yeah, that was a weird game. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more 0 Hour content. And of course, if you want to support the channel, then you can do so via our Patreon.
Thank you.